in this stewardship season of celebration to welcome up a testimony of those that feel motivated to give because of what God is doing in her life and what God is doing in the community of Pilgrim. Would you welcome Sue Couch?
Thank you, everyone. Before I can give testimony, I've got to first start by looking at all of your faces and thanking you from the bottom of my heart for all the prayers, all the support, all the generosity that Pilgrim, each and every one of you, has given me while I dealt with my bout of cancer. You know, I must be honest with you, and this gave me a chance to be reflective. Thank you, Christian. There were days when I could not pray. I couldn't even think during chemo and somewhat during radiation, but I really knew that your prayers were going to carry me through until I was able to again be able to do that. So this is the perfect opportunity, thanks to Christian,
Jesus.
that I can look at your faces
Jesus.
and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it also is a lesson as to the power of prayer.
Yes.
The power of prayer is
Yes.
wonderful. So great. So now I'll start my reflective thoughts. And it was hard to remember, but it is over 10 years ago that I wasn't out looking for a church. I wasn't out seeking help, but I ran into Christian Johnson on the street. Actually, Xavier, you weren't even 3 years old. You were on your dad's shoulders, and Christian was walking down the street. His kindness and his openness began a conversation, and with that conversation developed into things that I needed in my life. And I'm not going to go through the list of my challenges, but you'll notice that my name has been on that prayer list forever. 4+ years. And I must say, I'm sure people look at me and say, now what's wrong with Sue Couch? Now what's wrong with... And what I realize is my challenges have not changed. But what's changed is how I accept them, how I deal with them. For me, it's really important to learn how to accept help. So believe me, the challenges were real, some of them tragic, and the most tragic being the loss of my daughter, mother of my granddaughter, Cameron. And all of the major events have happened in this church. Cameron was baptized, made her communion, made her confirmation. She was part of a wedding party the day she had to say goodbye to her mother before she passed. And she still was able to come here and partake in a wedding. And of course, the biggest event we had here was a beautiful, beautiful service for my daughter, Bridget. But during all that time, it was the people in here and online that have helped pull us through. The challenges continue. Health in my family, for me to continue to get better. But what occurred to me is I used to just put blinders on and not want people to help me. I just wanted to get through this day. Go to bed and wake up and do the same thing the next morning. But during the past 10+ years, besides wonderful friends, supportive people who have helped me in every aspect of the family I now am raising, Cameron and her 2 brothers, Chris and Nick. The challenges are there, but also the help is there. The references are there. The resources are there. The kindness and the prayers are more important. I think I've also learned, thy will, not mine, be done. There are still people in my family who are in very serious condition, and yet I've also learned to turn it over to God. I couldn't have done that over the past 10 years without support, help, prayers. I am very, very grateful for so many things. my cancer being one of those, but the whole scope of what my life has been like before I even walked into Pilgrim. I had a list of things going on. So the list was like this, and now it's probably like this, but it's still there. It's still there. And I'm asking you all to remember the prayer is real,
Yes.
is real. Right before Cameron's first communion, I was in ICU with a 50-50 chance. Several weeks later, I was able to attend her communion. And that, again, that one was total prayer. So my wish right now is to build my stamina, get stronger, help deliver the message, help support the church in a more physical way than I've been able to. So this is my start. It's not only my story, it's my commitment to you and to all the people in these benches and in this community that have as many challenges as I have. It's such a privilege to see your faces and to be back here. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Amen. Stay
Thank
here.
you.
Stay
Okay.
here. Let's give God praise for this amazing testimony.